I woke to darkness. The first sensation wasn't pain or cold. It was the profound, disorienting weight of time having passed without me. My body ached with stiffness, and every muscle protested, as if awakening after centuries of immobility. The air smelled faintly metallic, the hum of machinery surrounding me in a constant, oppressive murmur. Slowly, I became aware of the cryopod's interface flickering to life, projecting data and diagnostics I could barely understand. My mind felt foggy, fractured, disconnected from itself and the world. Then I heard a voice. "Please don't leave me," it whispered. Tender, urgent, and haunting. My heart jolted violently. I wasn't sure if the voice belonged to reality or some lingering echo from dreams I couldn't remember. I blinked, and the pod's translucent lid began to slide open. Standing there, bathed in the sterile glow of the recovery chamber, was a woman. Her hair was silver, streaked with faint hints of midnight blue, and her eyes were wide, unblinking, as if she had memorized every contour of my face. And then she said the words that shattered the fragile grasp I had on reality. "You're my husband. I thought I'd lost you." I froze, my tongue failing me. My mind raced through fragments of logic, memories, and a deep, gnawing panic. Husband? That word shouldn't have applied to me. Not now. I had volunteered for Project Eternity, a mission that had promised decades in Cryosleep while humanity's most dangerous colonies expanded across the stars. I remembered boarding the ship, saying goodbye to friends, to loved ones. But husband? That memory did not exist. And yet, the intensity in her gaze insisted it was true. I think there's been a mistake, I said cautiously, struggling to keep my voice steady. Cryosleep. I haven't. You have, she interrupted, voice cracking. You were gone for over 80 years, but you survived. I never thought I'd see you again. Her hand reached out, trembling. Captain Ivar's son, my husband. She said my name with a reverence I had never experienced before. I staggered back, fighting a tidal wave of emotions. Confusion, fear, disbelief. 80 years? That can't be right. Time dilation, perhaps, but... No, she said, stepping closer, her eyes searching mine as if trying to pull a hidden memory from my mind. It's been exactly 82 years. You went into Cryosleep for the colonization mission to Proxima 9. Everyone thought you died when the ship's engines failed. But I found you. I tried to breathe, tried to grasp the enormity of what she was saying. Everything I knew about my life, my choices, my identity, seemed to have evaporated in the wake of her claim. Found me? I repeated. You mean you kept me? Yes, she said simply, as though that answered everything. I've been searching for you since the disaster. I never gave up hope. When the salvage team discovered the wreckage of the Etherian, I fought to bring you back. I risked everything. The words hit me like a hammer. This wasn't just a reunion. It was a revelation of a lifetime I had never lived, of a bond one could neither remember nor deny. My body, weakened by decades of inactivity, struggled to comprehend the intensity of her presence. She was here, real, claiming a love I didn't recall, yet felt an almost magnetic pull toward. Why didn't anyone wake me earlier? I asked. My voice was hoarse, tinged with a mixture of suspicion and awe. They tried, she said. Her gaze softened, and she stepped closer, brushing a strand of hair from my forehead. The recovery protocols were corrupted. The system misidentified you as deceased. I had to fight the council, the bureaucracy, to get you back. I had to believe you'd wake. I looked at her, really looked, for the first time. Her age was apparent. Decades had passed since I had last seen her, yet her spirit seemed untouched by time, sharp and resolute. Something deep inside me, something I couldn't name, responded to that unwavering determination. I began, then stopped. Words failed me. My mind wanted to reject her, to insist this was impossible, but my heart remembered something I couldn't consciously access. A warmth, a tether that stretched across decades and space, bound us together in a reality I had yet to understand. She smiled, a fragile, luminous smile that carried years of hope, grief, and relentless faith. I know you don't remember, but you are mine, as I am yours. And now we have a second chance. The second chance. The phrase resonated like a key unlocking something within me. I swallowed hard, my mind racing. Could I trust her? Could I trust my own feelings, tangled with confusion and centuries of isolation? I had to, because the alternative, denying her, denying whatever thread of truth lingered, felt unbearable. Days passed. My body adapted to the artificial gravity of the recovery facility. My mind struggled to reconcile the life I had left behind with the one she claimed we had shared. She brought me photographs, recordings, journals meticulously maintained, documenting every attempt she had made to recover me. Every message, every plea, every moment of anguish, she had preserved in painstaking detail. And slowly, impossibly, the memories began to resurface, not as my own, but as echoes within me. I began dreaming of a life I couldn't have lived, yet somehow did. I remembered laughter aboard the Etherian, shared confidences during long voyages through the void, quiet evenings watching binary suns rise over distant planets. My mind struggled to separate reality from illusion, yet the warmth in her presence anchored me, tethered me to the truth she insisted upon. Then came the moment that changed everything. We were standing on the observation deck of the recovery station, watching the stars stretch into streaks as the docking thrusters engaged. I felt a strange pull toward her, a certainty that defied logic. I reached for her hand. She flinched, surprised, then let me hold it, fingers intertwining as if they had done so countless times before. I remember, I whispered, voice trembling. Not everything but pieces. Moments. I know you. Tears welled in her eyes. You do. I do, I said, the weight of truth settling over me like a mantle. I remember us. The mission, the voyage, the promises. And I remember you. She pulled me into an embrace, clinging as though she feared the universe itself might tear me away again. And in that moment, I knew. No cryosleep, no passage of decades, no absence could erase what we had once shared, or what we still shared now. But the world outside the recovery station was not kind. Humanity had changed in my absence. Political tensions, colonization disputes, and interstellar conflicts had escalated beyond anything I had imagined. My survival, and the story of our reunion, was now a matter of public interest. The council demanded explanations. Scientists debated the ethics of cryosleep recovery. And somewhere deep in the void, remnants of the Etherian's crew and enemies I had never met still lurked. We had survived personal tragedy, but survival in the cold, indifferent vastness of space meant facing threats we had never anticipated. And yet, despite the fear and uncertainty, we faced it together. Weeks later, aboard a refitted starship, we departed for Proxima 9, our destination not just a mission, but a reclamation of our lives. She sat beside me, holding my hand as the engines roared to life, stars streaming past like silver ribbons. I glanced at her, at the woman who had never given up, who had fought centuries to reclaim a love that many had deemed impossible. I don't know what awaits us, I said softly, but I know that whatever comes, we face it together. She smiled, eyes shimmering with resolve and affection. Together, she echoed, as if speaking a vow that would outlast time itself. As the ship accelerated into the unknown, I finally understood. Cryosleep had stolen decades from me. Yes, but it could not steal her, could not steal us. Time was relative, but love was absolute. Across centuries, across the infinite blackness of space, we had found each other again. And nothing, not the cold, not the void, not even death itself, could ever take that away. The stars stretched on endlessly before us, each one a promise of a future we would face side by side. I had been lost, frozen in time, but now I was awake, and for the first time in what felt like a lifetime, I was home. And she was mine.